Hey YouTube, this is sort of part two of Floyd Rose Trem going flat after arm down and not coming back up to tune unless you pull the bar up. So let's see, let's try it on the third string. So you can see that the meter, hopefully it is on tune. You can see that, right? But if I arm down, pretty steep arm down, you could see with the needle that now the tuning is about 20 cents down. But if you arm up, it comes right back into tune, right? So yeah, if you go down and then if you pull your arm up before you sort of restart, resume playing without the bar, it's not a problem. But my expectation of a Floyd Rose is that it stays in tune, period. So what I'm attributing that pitch down detune is the looseness or the lack of precision in the studs as it goes in. So if you see this, basically you see quite a bit of movement, right, in the thread. I believe that's what's causing it. In the other one, I used the Floyd Rose 100 or 1000 studs, or I guess it's studs, to see if that made a difference, and it comes back up in tune. This time, this is actually a all parts part, and you see that yes, there is movement, but it's a lot less, probably like half of the movement of the other one. So basically, we'll install this one to see if that'll improve it, right? And with this one, basically, I already tried wrapping this with teflon tape, so it goes in pretty tight, but it still doesn't resolve this issue. Okay, so I'll come back once I have everything off and ready to tape. Okay, so the trem is off. Let's see, where my Allen key go? And here, this post is all the way down, right? So I could try to leverage, move it, and it moves very slightly. On the other hand, this one, let's see if I can move it with my hand. You can see that it moves even with my hand. But it moves quite a bit with the Allen key. This one already actually has Teflon tape wrapped around it to see if it'll make a difference or not. Basically, it didn't make a difference, at least based on my observation. So here is the Teflon tape. I mean, it does go in tighter with the Teflon tape, but it's still not doing what I think it should be doing. Okay, so without the Teflon tape, you can see that it's actually quite a bit of movement here. So you can see that without the tape, it does move quite a bit, right? So the thread pitch is actually different on the one I bought. But anyways, I pulled the whole stud out, right? So this is the one that was in there. So the movement we're seeing is, see, quite a bit of movement. And this is the all parts one. I don't know how it's going to work out, by the way, that I bought. But there's very little movement here, right? Oh, I guess it's not gonna go in by hand. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this in. Okay, getting out the original ones. These are the wiggly ones. Was I basically pulled both of them out by my hand, which goes to say about the mounting point. This thing going in, I may need to use some acrylic grill or something like that. But going in, it did require me to use a clamp vise in order to push it in. I couldn't push it in by hand, so this one is probably a tighter fit. So once that this is in, basically noticing the movement. So there is, a little bit of movement, but it is a lot less than what was there previously. So we'll just try to string it up with this one to see how much difference, if any, this one makes. Okay, so this time changing the stud itself made a difference, but not enough difference. So I did wrap a bit of Teflon tape to a point where there's quite a bit of resistance going in. But in any case, E, so you're right at about pitch, I think. Down, up, you're right back at pitch, right? G string, let's see. G, you're right at pitch. Arm down. And I'm back in tune. So, and the only thing I changed is the stud, right? In this case, basically, it looks like I went from a coarse thread stud to a fine thread stud. Even with the coarse thread, which I had, I wrapped Teflon tape to a point where it doesn't move. But I think the clearance between the nut side and the bolt side was too much. Basically, there's too much movement for the Teflon tape to take up. This one with the fine thread, basically a lot less movement. Still enough movement to maybe go 5 cents out of tune. So it was originally going about 10 cents out of tune, but it got down to about 5 cents. Took everything out, wrapped Teflon tape on this one, and I'm back to pitch where I don't have to pull back up after I trim down with the Floyd Rose. Okay, hope that helps. Thank you for watching.